A quick review of these Stoltz rollers for the Yamaha 195S trailer. This is off of a 2025 Yamaha 195S Jet Boat. This trailer is actually a 2026 ShoreLandr. I don't know how we're living in the future. It's June of 2025, but this is a model 26 ShoreLandr trailer. And again, this is the stock roller that came on it. You can see it's a very hard plastic roller. And the reason that most folks change these out is because it damages the hull in the boat because it's so hard plastic. The bells here have a little bit of give to them, but the roller itself is very plasticky. So I ordered the kit from jetboatpilot.com, and here's a few things I noticed that were a little bit of disappointment, I should say. So one is the fit, right? So the roller itself, the diameter of it is a little bit less than what this plastic roller is. So what that means is that when you install it on the trailer here, these horns here on the bow tower, they're very close to the edge. And so I just have concerns as the boat's kind of, getting driven up onto the trailer and slamming into here. If there's any give here, is there going to be any hull contact between the metal here and the boat? So I'm not a big fan of that. Again, the outside diameter of the stock roller is larger, right? So you don't get the exposed metal horns on the trailer, right? So if I were to put these side by side here, you kind of see, it's a good, half-inch, quarter-inch kind of size difference there. Didn't mean to throw that. So that's one thing I don't like. The other thing I don't like is the whole idea of this roller is that you would put it in here and it would spin freely. They actually give you a couple extra washers, they could go on between the horns here and the roller itself to enable it to spin. And you could see, that the fit is very tight. I've tried to separate these a little bit in a few different ways, but what tends to happen is the ends bow out, but it doesn't actually separate parallel, so it would have to be done more professionally, an adjustment, unless you have some kind of a tool that can separate that out. There's a little, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a shaping in the metal here that adds strength or adds rigidity here for these ears, so they don't move. And so that's why when you pull on them, they just go diagonally out, but not parallel out. So it makes making room more difficult. So those are kind of key issues. The bells on the Stoltz rollers are fine. They're almost the same diameter. They're softer. No real issues here with these guys. And then finally, and it happens on the stock one, but maybe you just don't notice it as much because they have it much tighter. But when you install this assembly here, this bolt is just slightly smaller than the holes. And if you leave it loose enough to where you get some spin in the roller and the outside bells, you get kind of a rattling up and down here. So, which wasn't noticeable on the stock one because it was just much tighter. But I really wasn't kind of expecting to see and feel that. So that's kind of my 2 cents here. It would be nice if this was bigger and shorter. So larger diameter, shorter on the length. This is a Stoltz RP414. And the bells are RP434, okay? That's what the kit consists of from jetboatpilot.com. To install it, it's pretty simple. I just leave a couple washers. Like I said, they give you extra washers to put in between here. I don't think they're necessary, so I just go washer, the bell, insert the bolt here, and then come back with the bell and a washer. The nut that they give you is kind of very small, but it is a nylock, whereas the stock one is this much beefier unit, but there's no locking mechanism to it. So it's 3/4 inch. So you can see it's tight enough to where there's no side play. There's a little bit of rolling. It's not free spinning, but there's rolling enough here for these to guide the boat on without damaging the hull. But then this thing is, you know, I would like it to spin kind of, you know, this level of effort here. And there's no way to do that unless you get the ears of the trailer separated, which is very difficult to do at home with no proper tools. And here again, in the fully assembled, you can see it's kind of moving as that bolt just moves in that hole. But in the fully assembled, again, you could see that the metal ears here are very, very close to the edge, right? So it just depends on the angle that hull is gonna come in and hit this roller. But I don't love that. We shouldn't see that close of a metal here. Okay, so overall, I don't know, I'd grade these a C- from what I've seen so far. And again, it's not the quality of the roller itself, although there's some gouges in it and things that I don't love. The seam here, it looks like this roller itself was a 2-piece. It's got seams on both sides. They were very sharp. I actually went through with a bladed knife and kind of smoothed that out also. Don't love it. We'll see how it performs. Obviously, you know, if I see that the boat's kind of coming very close to the metal pieces here, that's gonna be a big no-no, and this thing will have to go back. Yeah, that's it for me. Hopefully you found this helpful or at least entertaining. See you next time.